As you can tell, I'm very awkward, so I'm sorry about that. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started here. Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Frankie Blue and yep, we are back with another video. I just immediately thought of this because I just went there and now I'm back and it just was like, let me do a story time. So yeah, I figured why not let me just share the story and see how it goes, I guess. I don't know. I feel like it might be pretty messy, but again, I'm just talking from experience because this is my experience and what I went through. So why not let me go ahead and share this? Because I mean, come on now. I love doing story times. I like talking about all the messes that I get myself into or that happen to me and stuff. I like to talk about that stuff because I just think it's really funny because out of all people, I mean, I literally go through the most and it's pretty sad. So as you guys seen, of course, from the title that's right here, I'm going to be talking about the short-lived moment that I went through working for Ulta. So if you guys want to hear this story time, keep on watching, of course. Of course, you guys, before I go ahead and get started, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. It's going to be found right here and going to be part of the Hot Mess community, as well as make sure you guys hit that like and share button. That's also going to be found right here. So that way you guys can like my videos and also share my videos out into the world so people can join our hot mess selves here at my channel. At the end of the day, it's okay to be a hot mess. You know, it's... My super dog had a bark. So yeah, it's okay to be a hot mess. There's nothing wrong with being a hot mess. You know what? The struggle is always going to be real, and that's okay. You know what? That's life. I'll be honest. So usually I always start with my eyes, but let me go ahead and just kind of just freshen up the skin a little bit here. So we're going to start with the skin, and we're just going to freshen up. So pretty much how everything happened at Ulta. I mean, I'll be honest, I still can't even believe like all this went down. It's just pretty wild and kind of like really messed up and kind of made me lose like distaste in the company, and also for other reasons I'll explain in, you know, further down the video. So the story goes, okay, how it all started is my sister, my second oldest sister, had texted me saying that there was going to be a new Ulta that's going to be opening soon around her area, which is kind of still closer to like where I live. So there was going to be an Ulta that was going to be closer to where we live, because normally if I wanted to go to Ulta, I'll probably have to go to like one that's kind of as a distance from me. I was kind of excited. I was like, ooh, yeah, that's gonna be awesome. And that's what my sister suggested. I can't talk today. And that's when my sister suggested that I should apply, that maybe I can get hired at this one. And I was like, at first I was kind of very like scared, just again due to the fact because I've tried applying at many like makeup stores like Sephora, Ulta, even MAC, and I just couldn't get in. I never got a call back or not even an interview or anything like that. So I've tried many times and I've always been kind of just being told like, actually I haven't even been told because they don't even reach out to me. I just get an email saying we've reviewed your application and we're gonna move forward with somebody else. See, I should have known better. I should have known better. See, God was giving me signs already before all this even happened. He was giving me signs already, letting me know. So I applied at the store and whatnot. It was going to be a brand new store that was going to be opening and all that stuff. And I was like, ooh, that would be really fun to be like a part of a, you know, a store that's going to be open. You know, that would be really cool. Let's crack into an old school palette. So we're going to be going for Alamar Reina del Caribe Volume 2. Oh, by the way, whatever I use on my face and everything like that, you will find that in the description down below if you guys are curious. So anyways, I was just really nervous. And at the time I was working at another job. So mean, of course, because, you know, those gotta get paid at some point in life, so. I think after, like, what, maybe a week or so later, I get a call from the soon-to-be store manager, from the soon-to-be store manager of that location, you know, asking me that if I would like to, you know, get an interview. First and foremost, I mean, I acted very professionally. I was like, oh, sure, yes, of course. I'm always game for an interview. But even though deep down I was actually screaming on the inside, I'm like out of breath today, you guys. But I was just really happy and I was content because I was just like, oh my god, I finally got an interview at Ulta. This is gonna be very exciting, and you know, it's gonna be really awesome and stuff. And oh my god, like, a lot of things like ran through my head. I texted my sister and I told her, like, dude, I got an interview at Ulta on this day. I'm super excited. And she was even happy for me and all that stuff. So it was just really amazing because I was just like, oh my god, I've always wanted to, you know, work, you know, at a makeup store. In all honesty, I did work at a beauty counter, well, quote unquote beauty counter. I don't know, maybe this is just me, and I'll be honest, maybe this is, no, actually, you know what, I don't think this is just me. I just think it's just generally speaking, because I am a boy, and well, not a boy, because I'm a 30-year-old man. I was pretty good at my makeup stuff and everything like that. I think I had a very fair, probably even more knowledge than just, you know, your average person and all that stuff when it comes to makeup. But I think because whenever I would ask any customers if they needed assistance looking for any product, or, you know, if they needed help with something, or if they're looking for something in particular, you know, I always get rejected, and I'm always being told like, oh, no, thank you, we're okay. But then moments later, I see them walk around that same aisle, but this time being assisted by a, you know, female coworker. And, you know, nothing wrong with that, you know, I'm all for it, you know, and all that stuff. But 9 times out of 10, I always felt like I was kind of just not really taken seriously, just because I'm like, I'm a guy working in a makeup area. Like, who the fuck does he think he is knowing about makeup and all that stuff? You know what I mean? So maybe that's just me. But, you know, I was very thrilled and I was very excited to, you know, work for, you know, finally getting an interview with, you know, at Ulta. I was like, this is going to be really awesome, you know. So come the day of the interview, I grabbed all my makeup stuff, you know, my foundations, powders, everything, because most likely I was going to have to get ready at work. I did my face. I did this really nice, beautiful, like, kind of fun, vibrant look, because I wanted to showcase, like, you know, some vibrancy, some fun. I wanted my makeup look to kind of reflect me in a sense, because it was very fun and, you know, very playful and stuff. So I used the Anastasia Riviera palette to do my makeup and stuff. And I really did like my look. I feel like it was really nice. It totally was like my personality. So she had told me that the interview was gonna go take place at a Starbucks that was just kind of like in the same plaza as where the Ulta was gonna be at. Once I arrive at the Starbucks, this is where it gets really kind of sketchy, and this is where I should have kind of taken it as like a red flag, I'll be honest, because it was just kind of like really weird, you know, how it all played out. You know, I didn't get any coffee or anything like that because I wanted to, you know, be professional. I wanted to, you know, bring my A game and everything, because, you know what, I was ready to, you know, ace this interview. I was ready to kill it. I was ready to talk about everything that I know. Like, bitch, bring the questions to me. Oh yes, girl, I do know all about contouring. Girl, you start with this, you do this. Oh, hell yeah, like, I got you. I know foundations, I know brands. Like, oh, my favorite brand, of course, damn, bam, I got you. Like I was ready like to like slay this interview. I'm just waiting there and I get a text from the lady telling me that she's running a little bit late. So I was like, okay, I guess, you know, shit happens. You know, I wasn't taking it as like her being unprofessional. I was just like, it's all good. You know what? We're all late sometimes. You know, the struggle's real. It's all good, you know? Well, I'm like waiting outside at the tables in front of the Starbucks at the tables. She's just not showing up. I'm just like, okay, where is she? You know, there's people that are coming in, coming out. Some people are sitting on the, you know, the patio tables and whatnot. And there was this one person in particular that kind of sat right across from where I am and all that stuff. And she was just pulling out like paperwork and stuff like that. And I'm still waiting there. I'm not hearing back from this chick. I don't know what's going on. It's been literally like 20 minutes of me waiting at the Starbucks. I was like, okay, should I leave? What should I do? Should I text her? Should I call her? So I sent her a message and I'm like, hey, like, I'm already here. Like, where are you? You know? Mind you, during that time that I'm waiting, there's this group of people start showing up where this lady's sitting at, where that's like right across from where I am. Like all these group of people are like showing up and they're like kikiing and, you know, talking and all that stuff. I get a text from her back, like I want to say maybe like 2 minutes afterwards. She's like, oh, we're here already. And I'm just like, where the fuck is this bitch? And then I start hearing a little bit of a conversation that they're having of like Ulta and stuff like that. And I start, puzzles start clicking in my head. And I'm just like, that's her. The entire time sorry. Excuse my language. I did not mean to say that. I'm so sorry. The entire time that lady that sat across from me, that was the lady that was interviewing me for the Ulta positions. I'm like 20 minutes sitting here like a dumbass while this bitch is just chilling there, kikiing. Mind you, this queen arrived 5 minutes after I got that text. This entire time, the red flags were there. They were there and I just never saw them. Why? Because I was too busy being blind that I was gonna be hired at Ulta. That's horrible. So I got up from the table where I was at and I walked right across from where she's at. And mind you, these people started arriving. Turned out that these people that she and her coworker or whatever. So it turns out that all these people that were showing up to her and talking to her were also interviewees. Basically, I thought that this was gonna be an individual interview process. No, it's actually a group interview where all these other people were gonna be there too, which, you know, I'm not mad at. You know, I've been in, you know, in several group interviews and everything like that, but I was told that it was gonna be a group interview prior to the actual interview. Take a shot at how many times I say the word interview. So, and I walked towards her, and that's when I'm like, introduce myself, and I was like, oh, hi, I'm sorry, I didn't know this was gonna be, I didn't know that you were the interviewee. I was just sitting there, you know, waiting. So I'm so sorry. I apologize. And I feel like I shouldn't have apologized. In all honesty, I feel like she could have apologized. She could have said something and be like, oh, I'm so sorry. No, she didn't say that. Instead, I apologized because I thought it was my mistake at the time. Now that I think about it, no, bitch, it was your mistake. She's like, oh, you were there the entire time? Oh, what? The interview process was really, really weird. Like, in all honesty, it didn't even feel like an actual interview. And I'll explain what happened. So I sit down, and then that's when another girl shows up, and then another girl shows up. And sure enough, we have a whole group now going on. And the questions, I thought she was gonna ask like questions like, you know, okay, so, you know, what is your knowledge about makeup? Or, you know, what's like, you know, if, you know, somebody had oily skin and they were looking for like a foundation to kind of control their oils, you know, kind of like questions like that, you know, things like that. I thought were going to be asked. it felt more like I'm at a gathering at a party. It didn't even feel like an actual interview, because the questions that she was asking, or her friend or whatever other chick was asking, were not like those kinds of questions. She was asking like, oh, what's your guys' favorite brand? Oh, nice. So what do you guys like to do, you know, on your fun time and whatnot? And I was just confused, because it was just like, what does that have to do with, you know, working as a beauty consultant? You know what I mean? So it was just really kind of weird. It felt like a very, like a gathering of friends, which is, she's asking more questions, or more like friend questions like that, to the other girls. I'm not really being acknowledged that much. Like, they'll ask me a question here and there, but again, it did not have to do with like knowledge of makeup. It had to do with more like, oh, what are you guys doing now? Like, oh, cool. Oh, where do you guys live? I'm like, girl, I'm not trying to become like fucking BFFs here, girl. Like, I'm trying to show you my knowledge in makeup and all that stuff, you know, so see if I'm the right fit for this position. And I'm already starting to fill out my W-2 forms, like my tax forms, my hiring forms, and everything like that. And I'm just like, wait, did I get hired? What is happening? Like, you know, I'm just being asked these really weird questions, these really stupid questions, and I'm already filling out my hiring forms, which is odd. I'm telling you, my whole hiring process was just really weird, and it's very sketchy, and I wasn't really like, how do I explain it? At that time, I wasn't really like questioning it that much as I am now, but at that time, it was just really kind of like weird, because it was just like, I mean, okay, cool, I guess I'm hired, but at the same time, I didn't feel like I earned it. If, you know, if that makes sense. I feel like it was just, bam, there you go, you know? I don't know, it was just really weird, and just, I don't know, it was just a really weird moment. So she's all like, okay, well, all right, well, we'll go ahead and send you an email of like the date that you're gonna start, that we're starting and everything like that. And that's when she starts explaining, like, you know, basically we're bringing up the store, so we're gonna kind of be doing, of course, the manual labor, you know, since it's gonna be a brand new store that's gonna be open. We're gonna be, you know, putting up a little bit of some shelves, getting pieces together, and then start putting products, price tags, all that stuff. First day was just pretty much introduction of everything and whatnot, and just going overall with how, you know, everything was gonna play out and whatnot, which I should have known better. I should have known better. They sugarcoated it. They sugarcoated it. Come the next day, you know, we immediately start working, you know. We all working in our own, in different teams. Each team had their own task. Like, there's some people that were building the center displays of where the actual like makeup is gonna be, like NYX, Urban Decay, and all that stuff. Like all the actually like the center pieces. You know, when you walk into Ulta, you start seeing like, you know, the aisles of like all that stuff. You know, there was people that was building that. There was people that were, you know, fixing up the benefit bar. And then there was people that were kind of putting the shelves together for like the hair stuff, hair care, everything, and all that jazz. So pretty much the rules for them is we couldn't really talk that much between each other. Like, you know, maybe like kind of just to kind of get to know each other. That we couldn't really talk or anything. We had a very short 15-minute break. Sometimes we didn't really get that much of a break, and if we did, it was kind of rushed. It was a very like kind of chaotic schedule, because they wanted us to open the store within 2 weeks, and there was a lot of stuff going, and they still had to do like the plumbers still had to be there, people that were working on the AC, and the builders as well like that. So there was a lot happening, and they wanted this to be done in 2 weeks, which I don't know. To me, that seems like a very short amount of time, but I might be wrong, per se. The people that I was meeting there, you know, they were really nice. They were really cool, and they were really fun. I met like a lot of good people there, a lot of fun people and all that stuff. So it was really cool. It wasn't that bad, but I was meeting like a lot of really fun people. We were getting all that, but the managers were pretty like adamant on, very strict on trying to get everything up and running. And I get it, you know, because they have a time crunch to get all this done so that we can have a good opening and all that. So there was that and all that. So finally, when we got everything all situated, the store was done. You know, we got all the products in the shelves. You know, now they had us to do, you know, cashier training. So they had us do our cashier training. I remember it was on a Wednesday. A lot was happening. You know, everybody, and I mean everybody, and I say that for a reason. Watch, like, listen. So it was pretty wild because everybody was kind of just, you know, being a little bit wild and very loud, and, you know, all this stuff. And I think it was just because we were just all excited that we all finally got the store done. You know, everything was getting ready. We're just about to be open in a few days. You know, it was really exciting. So we were just all being very chaotic and all that stuff. Well, I guess it was just pissing off the main manager, the actual like store manager. So everybody was pretty much just being, you know, wild and stuff. So it really pissed off the store manager, and she was like, okay, I really need everybody to like be quiet because we need to do this training and blah 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 blah. But she was just really annoyed, you know. She had like this very annoyed attitude. So anyways, so once we were done with our register training, they had us watch, you know, a couple of videos. Me and these other two people get called, and they tell us that us three, me included, we have to go. They didn't really give us a reason on why we needed to leave or anything like that. They just said that we need to just, you know, grab our things and go. So I was pretty upset, and so was like the other two people that left with me, because we didn't know what was happening, but I figured I knew why. And I didn't like that because I don't like being singled out when there's other people that were doing the same thing, if not worse. The next couple of days, I'm really worried because opening day was coming, and I didn't know what my schedule was going to be, what my actual schedule was going to be. You know, Ulta has their own app. I was like, kind of like, okay, what's my schedule going to be? But it was completely blank. There was nothing. And I was worried because this was like, okay, when am I going to be working, you know? Like, what am I going to be scheduled for and everything like that? And, ooh, for once I didn't struggle with this lash. It was real easy. That's queen. I like it when a lash agrees with me. And I kept trying to call this woman. I called the store. She even gave me her phone number to call, in case we needed to speak with her. She gave this when we, on first day when we had our thing, whatever. I'm calling her, I'm sending her messages, and I'm not getting any responses back. And immediately I start getting upset. I'm starting to get mad because I'm just like wondering, thinking, I'm like, okay, when am I gonna work? When is this gonna happen? I still need to figure out what happened exactly. Why was I asked to leave? You know, I get a message from one of the coworkers that was asked to be left with me, saying that he finally spoke to her and told her basically, and she told him why they asked for him to leave or us to leave or whatever. No, to him, because they weren't talking about us yet. And it all had to do with that Wednesday where the chaos was happening. I was just like, I knew it. I completely knew it. I knew it was gonna be that. And I was super upset. I was really mad because, again, I don't like when I'm being called out on something that other people are doing. So I don't like that. I didn't like that at all. So I knew her and I were gonna have some words. So he told me pretty much all that happened and that he was let go. I was like, I already knew my fate with the store. I already knew what was gonna happen. Dang, guys, you know what? Now that I think about it, I should have gone to the actual store. I should have gone to the store and talked to her in fucking person. But she was lucky that I had to work that day. So finally, after forever, I called her and I finally get to talk to her. And I asked her, what's going on? I need to know. I'm not showing and scheduling. I'm not seeing anything. I need to know, when am I actually going to be working, or if I'm still working for the company. And she tried to talk to me like if I was a 15-year-old teenager. No, bitch. That's not what we're gonna have here today. And she, first and foremost, she's all like, well, what do you think happened? Like, you tell me your events on how Wednesday, you know, happened and what caused. And I told her, well, everybody was being loud and, you know, we were, you know, everybody, including me, were being loud and very disruptive. But I stopped when you had said, you know, for everybody to chill out. And she tried to turn it around like if I was the one that was being disruptive. She was like, no, you were being very disruptive. You were being loud. I had asked you to not to be disruptive, and all that stuff. And I was like, no. You didn't say anything to me. Yes, you called me out on something, but I didn't feel like you should have called me out. Because again, everybody, and I emphasized to her, everybody was doing the same thing. And bitch, did I start naming names? This person was doing this. This person was doing that. They were doing worse than I was. You didn't say anything to them. And all of the things that I did, I was just talking a little bit. I was just talking loud, and I was laughing loud. You told me and you called me out, and I was like, okay, well, my bad, sorry. Even though I was so pissed off. But this person were doing worse than I was. And they still kept doing it. Did you say anything to them? Of course not. Why would you? She got very defensive. Like, she didn't argue with me. She was just trying to kind of kept twisting it on me. Like if I was the one that did this. I was the one that did that. She wanted a battle. She got the right one to battle with. That's for sure. And sure as hell, I didn't feel like I did anything wrong in my part. And I didn't like that I was being antagonized over something that, yes, I had a part of it. I will admit to that. But I didn't feel like I should have been the one to basically take the blunt out of it, or the runt out of everything, you know? And she was just kind of just talking to me like I was a kid. No, sis, we're not gonna have this conversation. Like, if you're not gonna talk down to me like if I was 12 years old. First and foremost, we're gonna talk like two grown people. And I remember she was trying to say something, and so that's when I cut her off immediately, because I already knew where this was gonna head. So I might as well just say what I needed to say and just end it that way. And I told her, I was like, look, we can agree to disagree, but you're not gonna talk to me like if I was one of these other kids here in this place and act like if I was the one doing this, because you know sure as hell I was not doing anything. So I don't know what's your issue, but if you want to keep it real, we're going to keep it all the way 100% real, because I'm not a kid. Do not sugarcoat anything with me, and don't try to blame me for something that I I shouldn't be blamed for. Either we disagree or we agree. So what's good? What's good? And that's what she just basically told me, that, you know, we're you know, I'm not gonna be a part of. We're not gonna be a part of Ulta. And I just basically told her, I was like, well, thank you. At least you can now be honest with me and tell me it straight up. To end the conversation, I just was just like, this experience had definitely totally just messed everything up, and you know what? I wish you all the best. And the sad thing is that this all happened even a day or 2 days before opening weekend. I didn't even get to work at all, like actually perform like my actual like makeup stuff. Like I couldn't actually work. And that's the one thing that actually so frustrates me, is that I couldn't even actually work. Like once the store opened, I couldn't even anything. I basically got let go prior to opening, and that's it sucks, and it makes me very upset. You know, still to this day, it makes me very upset. Yeah, I don't know. And, you know, speaking in all honesty, I'll be honest. I do like Ulta. You know, I like shopping there and stuff. But prior to all this working at Ulta and this experience, you know, I don't really have a great record with Ulta in general. I don't know. For me, it's just a lot of things that are happening, and I don't feel like I should be a part of them anymore, or, you know, shop there. Because again, whenever, I'll be honest, there's this one location that I used to go. I don't go there that much, really. Actually, I don't go there at all. But whenever I go there, well, first and foremost, I don't get greeted. Cool, not everybody does. No, it doesn't really bother me or anything like that, but I'm not really acknowledged that much. Not really a whole asking if I need help or, you know, anything like that. And nothing. Instead, I get my own bodyguard service, and what I mean is there's employees, 2 of them in particular, one of them being a manager, that follow me around. Yes. I get followed around at Ulta. I don't know why. No, you know what? I may know why. And again, it all has to do with probably because they think I might steal. Like, girl, come on now. Really? Do you really expect for me to go into fucking Ulta to just steal a fucking lipstick, to steal a fucking eyeshadow? Like, girl, trust me, it ain't that worth it for me. I don't know. I don't have a really good experience with Ulta in general. So even ordering through online, everything always comes damaged. Everything is just always a mess. So it's like I just can't catch a break. Working for them was a mess. Shopping at the store is a mess. Ordering online is a mess as well. So it's like I can't win. So again, this is just not for me for you guys to stop, you know, shopping at Ulta. If you guys want to continue shopping at Ulta and do all that, again, you know what? By all means, that's all for you, and you go for it. You keep doing you, boo. You know, but for me, in my experience, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. And it's sad because I really do like shopping there and all that stuff. But again, it's just, I don't know. I just don't feel welcome. I just don't feel comfortable anymore. Ulta to me is just, it is what it is. That is pretty much my story time. Let me know your guys' thoughts are of what you guys think of today's video, of what we think of the overall story time. Like, is it crazy? Do you guys think it's crazy? I still think it's crazy for me to this day and whatnot. So that happened. I would love to know your thoughts and we can have a discussion. Anyways, you guys, so again, all products that I used on my face and that stuff will be found in the description box down below, so you guys can check that out. So yeah, Before I let you guys go, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. That's going to be found right there. We're going to be part of the Hot Mess community. As always, make sure you guys hit that like and share button. That's also going to be found right here. So that way you guys can like my videos and also share them out into the world. So that way we can grow our Hot Mess community. Because at the end of the day, it's okay to be a hot mess. You know, the struggle is going to be real and that's okay. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching. And I will catch you in the next video. Bye.